State of Ohio may make elocution.
Your Honor, as this court is well aware, this is part of a 12-defendant cultivation of marijuana conspiracy. Ms. Tran was involved with Quang Bei Hong. She has a child with Quang Bei Hong, who was the owner of 1480 Tran, the largest operation in place at the time. She also was the titled owner of another grow operation in Lorraine, which we found the same time that day. Her apartment was full of paperwork for the cultivation supplies from Allentown Indoor Grow Supplies. We found some cash. Her vehicles were seen back and forth to Red Clover and to Troon and also up in Lorraine. Therefore, we feel that she did give information to the state of Ohio during her trial. She had started the trial. She did give information to us, and as a result of that, she received an amendment complaint taking her out of the mandatory 8-year prison term. She was well aware that we were going to ask for 5. We told her we would not ask for more than 5. We are asking for a 5-year prison term in this case.
All right, Mr. Callow.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of my client, let me, if permitted by the court, make an argument as to why she's more like Ho Tran and a co-defendant in the case, and why she should receive a 4-year prison sentence and as opposed to the state's recommendation of 5. Unlike the other co-defendants in this case, Your Honor, my client gave a statement on the 4th day of trial, I believe it was, maybe the 5th day of trial, where she not only admitted her own involvement, which is more than most of these co-defendants have ever done, but she also provided the state with additional names. And these additional names were identified, and she provided them fairly willingly in a voluntary statement. I think she's the only person of these co-defendants to provide that type of information, which may have led to additional people who weren't caught yet. And I think that shows that she's trying to cooperate with the police to the best of her ability, and I think that's unique amongst the co-defendants that we have here. Also, Your Honor, she has, as you're aware, this is her first series of offenses of any kind.
That's correct.
She is an American citizen, been an American citizen since her teenage years when she was adopted by a family in Arizona, and has not committed any criminal offenses of any kind up until this last 2 conspiracy charges with these grow houses. She was, according to all the testimony in all the different trials, she was never in any of the grow houses, or she was not managing the grows. She was, by the implication of the evidence, she was involved in the 2 cases. Also in Lorraine, Your Honor, it's appropriate to say that there was only, I believe, 1 felony of the 3rd degree, which was they got her with a tampering of evidence charge, and their theory on that charge was that because at the house they had directly impeded the electricity flow to avoid detection that it was a tampering with evidence charge. I think that clearly it was a defensible charge, but pursuant to the plea agreement, of course, sometimes you take positions to admit your guilt even though it may not be a provable charge. In that case we did, so there was only 1 felony 3 in that count. Other than that, Your Honor, we would ask that you imply or sentence her to 4 years, similar to Mrs. Tran for her limited involvement. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there a mandatory fine on this?
Yes, sir.
Of $5,000, half of the 10. Okay. And does Ms. Tran wish to tell me anything more than she's told me already? Do you wish to say anything further? How many days jail credit, by the way?
506, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate the situation, the position of the state of Ohio, but I think Mr. Callow has brought some matters to the attention of the court in his elocution that deserves some consideration. I will impose a 4-year prison sentence, credit for 506 days served, and that is concurrent with the sentence imposed by the Lorraine County Court of Common Pleas. I will impose a $5,000 fine, but I will suspend that fine on the grounds that she's going to be in prison or going to be incarcerated for another 2.5 years. Court will impose a 2-year license suspension, and all court costs are waived. I don't believe she had a trial, but she didn't complete the trial. I don't believe I'm required under Rule 32 to give her appellate rights.
No.
That's it. Thank you. Sure.